From tons of free rewards to new characters, skins, weapon customization, co-op features, and more, DNA is throwing everything they have into this update. Are the devs finally listening, or does DNA still have some ways to go? To find out, let's go over everything coming to version 1.4. This video is sponsored by Duet Night Abyss, but you know the deal. That won't stop me from criticizing anything that deserves it. After a long jaunt in Hwashu, DNA's story finally returns to the dark and gritty streets of Ice Lake. And that's sure to make fans happy because everyone has been eager to follow up the incredible opening chapters. To many, the Hwashu story felt like a glorified side quest that took 6 months. But it's not just the setting that's familiar. Version 1.4 introduces Flora on June 2nd and Hilda on June 30th. Flora is a mysterious, long-awaited noblewoman connected to the Hyperborean Empire. She was first shown off in DNA's reveal trailer years ago. In battle, Flora controls puppets and overall has a much sillier fighting style than I would have imagined. We really need to talk about the elephant in the room, though. Flora looks absolutely nothing like her artwork. Her hair isn't blonde, her face is all wrong, and she doesn't look like she has the same personality at all. In fact, parts of her outfit are inaccurate, like how her leotard became a dress in 3D, the slit on the side of her dress disappeared, and her hair ornaments are different. Even Flora's marionettes look more accurate to the artwork than she does. The craziest thing though, Flora's model from the reveal trailer in 2023 was way more accurate. How do we go from this to this? Flora's art looks absolutely gorgeous, while her 3D model leaves me feeling like I'm looking at a stranger. Let me know in the comments what you think. Fortunately, Flora's bodyguard does not have the same struggles. Hilda might look familiar as she was first seen in DNA's beta quite a while back. Her moveset seems largely unchanged from the beta, but she looks so much more beautiful compared to when we last saw her. No complaints here. She looks incredible in this new Mafia skin too. Meanwhile, the main character will unlock their new Umbro element this patch. By sacrificing HP, they can provide massive buffs to their allies. The changes to their outfit are a great touch that many games in this genre don't bother with. We also got to look at some upcoming characters along with some massive updates coming in the future, but more on that later. Logging in throughout the patch will earn you up to 60 hourglasses, which you can use to pull for gacha skins. This is genuinely the first time DNA has been generous with these, and I hope it becomes a trend. Completing certain events will net you the new Universal Mafia skin for Berenica and Margie for free. Something I'm really excited about is that everyone who logs in during this patch will get a free character and weapon selector. Sure, characters and weapons are already free, but this lets you select anyone you want to unlock instantly with no work involved. This is exactly the sort of no-brainer reward DNA should be giving out, and I'm here for it. And all that is to say nothing of the huge variety of events and other login rewards that'll be available in 1.4. Weapons weren't ever something to get all that excited about, but DNA also just announced a long overdue change for weapons. Calamity weapons allow you to upgrade weapons and attach various effects to them. The devs boldly claimed that weapons are no longer just stat sticks. And if they're right, this could be one of the biggest upgrades DNA has seen. This comes with a whole new progression system that lets you customize weapons with potentials. In one example, a ranged weapon was given an effect that lets it gather enemies when you shoot. Keep in mind, these potentials only take effect for characters who are proficient in that weapon type. But getting the materials to upgrade your Calamity weapons won't be easy. You'll first need to get to trial rank 60 to be able to start running Abyss expeditions, which pit you against waves of increasingly more difficult enemies. You need higher level compasses to enter better expeditions, and you're encouraged to play it in co-op mode because only the team leader spends their compass. We really needed something to do other than farm demon wedges forever, so I think I speak for everyone when I say, please be a good progression system that feels engaging long term. If weapons are finally worth using on most characters, not only will that make gameplay more engaging by giving us more buttons to press, it'll also have the side effect of making weapon skins more attractive. And speaking of skins, there are so many skins in this patch. Let's start with my favorite. This wedding skin for Rebecca. I normally don't care for wedding skins, but this one is so sparkly and cute and has the most beautiful hairstyle. That's huge because you'll be able to mix and match this hair with other outfits or even remove the veil. Get it by spending rainbow prisms in the shop. Then there's Flora's gacha skin. It's angel themed. Most importantly, she's blonde as she should be. though as usual you can dye her hair whatever color you prefer. For the first time, we're getting a rerun of a skin, Psyche's. If you pulled on it during its first run, the pity will carry over to the rerun. You know the Rhythm and Fina skins you could get by spending, frankly, way too much Foxine? Well, DNA is doing that again, except this time with sexy nun skins for Lady Nifel and Lynn. They really managed to make the sheer fabric look great. And lastly, there's the new Universal Mafia skin. I mentioned you can get Berenica's and Margie's for free, but if you want anyone else's, you'll need to buy them. I think the abundance of skins this patch is great, because the attractiveness of each skin is subjective, so more options means there's more likely to be something for everyone. But it's not without its problems. You can only get Rebecca's skin with rainbow prisms, which means you need to pull on Flora or Psyche's banner. So if you only want Rebecca's gown, you need to risk getting a skin you don't want. Pity isn't shared between Psyche's and Flora's banner, which feels a bit archaic. And that's to say nothing of the sheer cost of Nifel and Lynn's Foxine banner, assuming it hasn't been reduced in price. As it stands, there's no way even a moderate spender could afford the Rhythm and Fina gacha and then the Nifel and Lynn gacha in back-to-back patches. Either way, if you're really into the fashion game, you may show up at the top of the new cosmetic leaderboard. Version 1.4 adds the Glamour Gallery, a place where you can look at outfit combinations and even easily steal other people's looks if they share them. Thankfully, the leaderboard is just for fun and doesn't give any rewards. But if you are looking for rewards, look no further than the guild system. DNA has slowly been expanding its co-op offerings each patch, and now we have guilds. Create your own or join someone else's to participate in weekly challenges to earn exclusive guild currency. That's not all. Starting June 18th, DNA is dropping a new co-op game mode called Immersive Theater Ensemble Act. What makes this different is you and your allies don't need to be online at the same time. You open a room, your friends jump in whenever during a 24-hour window, and everybody beats up monsters together. HP of enemies stays synced for everyone in real time. Whoever carries the hardest earns the title of Star Performer and exclusive rewards. You can invite people through multiple chat channels, including the guild chat. There's not a whole lot of co-op interactivity with guild yet, but expansions to the guild system have already been promised in the future. That's not the only thing that's been promised though. We got a whole roadmap. Let's start with the two upcoming characters, Ada and Falsey. Ada is completely new, but Falsey appeared in the story previously. The exciting thing here is that these characters are going to appear in the next chapter of the Twilight arc. You know, the one with the cooler second protagonist. As the main character of the patch, Ada will be getting an Ice Spirit-inspired skin. Demon and vampire lovers can rejoice because we're getting a skin themed after those too. And it's summer, so expect a sea-themed outfit as well. Further ahead, we'll get new regions, more Twilight chapters, and finally learn more about the characters in the Elysian Church faction. And then there's these future features that I am losing my mind over. Here's a quickfire list of them. We're getting a cutscene replay feature, guild-exclusive boss raids, customizable player profiles, more older characters getting buffs, updates for Mystic Maze, overhauled camera feature with better controls, more filters, and easier ways to share screenshots, mounts that carry multiple players, and the usual stuff like more polish and improved visuals, better mobile performance, and general game optimization. DNA has had its ups and downs, but this patch feels like a turning point to me. There are many aspects I felt kept getting ignored that the devs seem to finally be responding to. Player rewards finally make sense, the future roadmap is filled with highly requested features, and weapons got an update at last. There are loads of smaller improvements I didn't mention, such as letting you choose one of 3 elements to use in Immersive Theater each month, the graphical update for Ice Lake, and an improved tutorial experience. It's not all perfect. Looking at you, Flora's model and questionable cash shop prices, but this is DNA's biggest step forward by far. I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Seriously though, DNA, I'm gonna need you to fix Flora's model. But if you want to see where DNA came from, watch this video where I interviewed the developers about some of their blunders as well as their promises for the future.